Hey folks, what's going on? Well, we're out here in the compound. It's heavily into fall. Might be nice enough for a motorcycle ride today, but not nice enough to enjoy it much. So, last update on this old Goldwing, we just pulled it in here and we checked it out. Oh. Sophisticated heat system in here. Killer sound system too. Anyways, uh, what did we assess? We assessed that the throttle is most definitely stuck, and it still is. As well as the choke cable. Most definitely stuck, so that's all going to have to come apart. And first thing you do with one of these old revival deals, you gotta have patience, or you're just going to break stuff and spend more money, and yeah, there's that. Your best friend is this stuff right here. Every nut and bolt on the machine, you just go over, you can see the floor is even soaked with it. Every nut and bolt on the machine, you go over and you spray the hell out of it with it, because that's just what you do, because it's sat outside in the elements. I'm going to redo my windshield restoring video with this windshield. We're going to do it outside on a nicer day, where you can see it real good, and how well that shit works. So I think today's goal, I'm half tempted to try to start the engine on the gas that's in it. I really am. But not necessarily the throttle is stuck. The linkage is even stuck down here. So all in all, this plastic got to come off. I got to access the throttle cable. And we'll go from there. I will maybe edit it in, and you just might get this for a short. But yeah, this is what's going on with the Goldwing. An entire week of soaking with PB Blaster. But yeah, projects like this take patience. Like I said, you're just going to beat your head off the wall if you try to do it all in one day. Take your time. Penetrating oil is your friend. Your next best friend is a plumber's torch. And patience. So let's start getting this thing apart. Alright, I don't own the rights to the music for the 15 millionth time. This is where we're at. Back at it. Did manage to get the throttle loose. It ain't right. It barely turns, but it turns. We threw a battery in it for shits and giggles. Check this out. This engine will fire at some point. Battery's getting weak, so we're beat. That is not the right battery for this bike. It's too small. There's not enough cold cranking amps. It's actually for that bike. But yeah, this is what you get into when you deal with one of these old bikes. Like, check it out, man. The Mises have been in here. They wanted to live there. They got a nest. And I cranked it a bit. It don't seem to want to start. And it could be because somebody chewed the hell out of a wire. I don't know. I should all need some light on the subject if I can. Now, I told you this bike was plumb full of gas, and you can't see it, but I promise you, it don't smell rank. I'm curious to see what the insides of those carburetors are going to look like, but that's where we're at so far. We've got the throttle cable unstuck, and the engine definitely turns over. It's not stuck. It turns over under its own power. Now, at minimum, this lower has to come off. I'm probably going to pull the whole fairing because I do want to rewire all this. Rear engine mount's got to come out. I know this engine has a bad stator. You can tell because of the way it is. Anyways, if you look, get the right light on it. You look right here. These 3 wires come out of the back of the stator. Now, if you take your digital multimeter and you set it to resistance, and you test each wire off of each other, it should have 0.1 to 0.05 resistance. Don't matter where you plug them in. If you get continuity, in other words, all zeros, if you get continuity on any 2 of them, that means you've got a fried circuit in your stator. I got continuity out of 2 or 3 of them. So, the stator is definitely shot. There's your clutch. There's your starter. You see, to change the clutch, this whole engine has to drop out. So that's where we're at in preparation to doing it. And for those of you who are wondering about the Harbor Freight motorcycle lift, yeah, that is holding an 850-pound motorcycle. And I've had that for about 4 or 5 years. I've used it on a bunch of different bikes. It does the job. I mean, you want to buy a better one, go ahead. That one does the job, dude. Works perfect for me. Anyways, that's the 1985 gl1200 interstate update. Catch y'all later.